Why, howdy everybody, howdy. How y'all doing? It's been a hell of a damn good time, so let's get this going, shall we? It's my first ever non-content created video. It's a recorded video that I'm recording right now, if you guys didn't already know. But regardless how you look at it, I am going to be talking about a change to my content. Specifically, my podcast, if you guys didn't already know. If you guys didn't know about that. If you guys didn't know that, I do have a podcast. So, if you haven't checked it out yet, go check that out now. It's on Spotify right now. I don't know about anywhere else, but I do know about Spotify. But in the regards, the content will be changing. So, the big announcement is going to be, I'm going to change the content of my podcast. The content will be a lot different. It will be strictly dedicated to one set of content. What's that content going to be? Well, if you guys didn't know, or you haven't been able to watch or figured it out, most of my content is of the Destiny related content, specifically Destiny 2 for those who don't know. I haven't been done a podcast a little bit recently, but that's because I've been thinking about other things for it. But most of my videos recently have been about my shenanigans in Destiny. So essentially, my plan for my podcast is that I'm going to change my podcast to a Destiny subject. Destiny related content. And don't mind the noise in the background, that's just my mesh script, quote unquote script. It's kind of more just a points. But yeah, the podcast subject that I'm planning on doing is a simple one for some, but at the same time it's not that easy for others. In reality, the simple way to put it, I will be changing the podcast subject to, well, best way to put it is just imagine Destiny lore, but it will be different in the sense of it's going to be your lore. For those who are a little confused at the moment, essentially what I'm going to be planning on changing my podcast to is dedicated to your guardians and your stories for those guardians. Most notably, the stories that you, and again, I did that again. The Destiny stories that you have either had happen in the past that are not specifically canon, or stories that are not actually in the game that happen, but you decide to have as a story for your character. Essentially, we all have a guardian story for our guardians. Or guardian if you're just fresh and you only have one character. Every guardian has a story. And what a better way to tell it than to make it into a community-style lore content video. Or podcast in this case. But making you guys make a story about your guardian, be it something out of in-game canon or a story that happened to your character and you wanted to make it the most epic story possible with comedy or whatever you want to do. The rules and guidelines of this content. Rules are simple. Some might not like it, some might. But we're going to do this the simplest and easiest way. There will be no politics other than in-game style politics. So no political gain, no political party motivation, no anything politically motivated. Out. That stuff stays out. Unless it's in-game related, there will be no politics. trying to keep it positive in this channel. We're gonna basically make this channel this content as free for everybody. No politics, no sexual bullshit, the classic. Rule number 2. There will be no profanity in your lore card or lore cards. I say that because it could potentially violate guidelines and stuff like that. No sexually suggestive material. Well, sorry, let me reiterate on that. What I mean by that is nothing that would insinuate the bad end of things, such as abuse, violence. We'll just say that, and anything along those lines. If you're doing a lore card with multiple guardians and a fire team, and there's innocent flirtation, I will let that slide. But there will be no extreme cases. It's gonna be like your character is in the Destiny universe. Simple as that. And no being a dick to every other player. We do not want other people being blackmailed, spammed, whatever. Nobody will be called out unless there is only one exception to the rule. If you and another person or creator get together and agree to having a lore card dedicated to you guys, that's fine. But you will not mention anybody else unless they have your permit. They give you permission to do so. You gotta do that. Now, there's going to be 2 options for you guys to do. And these are going to be guidelines, and I'm going to do 2 options. I'm going to set it up that you guys are either going to do single lore cards, or you guys have the option to, how often you can. I'm going to be doing this every week. The other option will be doing a multi-chapter lore card, a lore book. There will be a limit on how large that is, and that limit will be, I'll make it easy and just go 10 chapters in a lore book. It makes it easy for everybody, makes everybody happy, and we're not gonna have people swamping things going, oh my god. But it's one of those, I'm not going to pressure anybody to get things out instantaneously. It will be when you have your opportunity to do so. So, essentially what I'm saying is minimum 250 words, maximum will be 1,000 words. For lore books, it's going to be 10 chapters with the same rule set. I will be personally picking each lore page for the podcast. So basically, I will be reading as many as I can. I'm not exactly what you call a quick reader, but I will get to it as quickly as I can. And I do have work, so it's gonna limit a lot of things. So, or depending on how many I end up getting, because you never know, I could potentially just say, you know what, read them on stream. Read them on stream on the podcast, and we'll go from there. I will choose how many I get to read that day, and we'll go from there. After each podcast that I do, I will choose let me read it. I'm not going to say that. I will not choose. I will see get the creators' names, and that will be done ahead of the podcast every week. so that way I know who's going to be there. And I will be posting on Twitter and maybe Instagram, mostly Twitter, who had the better story that day. At this time, there's no reward. It's just bragging rights for the week. Maybe down the line there could end up being something awesome for you, but you never know. But at this time, because I'm pretty small, there's really nothing that I can offer at this time. I will state that right off the bat. But just call it, we'll say bragging rights right off for the early stages of this channel. Sorry, of this content. So, without further ado, essentially, you guys are going to be the awesome guys making the content. My plan is for the podcast, you make, I read. Of course, there will be exceptions to the rule. There will always be exceptions to the rule. You guys have 100% option to ask me if you guys want to tell your story. And it'll be awesome because most of the time I will accept. Most of the time, I say most of the time because half the time I might forget. But most of the time, you guys will have the option to tell your story. In turn, you guys will be the content. Or content-ish. The best thing I can help you out. So, in conclusion, it's going to be a podcast dedicated to your stories of your guardians in the Destiny universe. You have full creative control within 250 to 1,000 words. I will recommend you guys do it in PDF, or you can find a way to screenshot it and send the images to me. The social links will be in the bio for all that you can send DMs and stuff. Everybody's welcome to create their stories for their guardians. Telling their stories will be voted by the community on who had the best story for that week for bragging rights. I'm gonna just say that's the announcement. That's the official announcement. This one will be edited up and posted onto YouTube, and it's gonna be chopped up a little bit, maybe depending on where I'm gonna post it. I might end up posting it on Instagram too. But in the meantime, thank you all once again for listening, checking it out the video. It's been a damn good time. I had a heck of a damn good fun. Blah, 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 blah. I had a lot of fun posting this video, even though I'm not exactly what you call the greatest on chatting. But now that this is done, this video will be edited up and will be done up, and it's gonna be a dang good time. So thank you all once again for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful time, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye for now, peace out, and rock out everybody. You guys are incredible, awesome, and amazing. We'll see you guys next time.